quick, I'm just going to go through some box proofs. Yeah. Sorry, dyslexia acting up. Okay, so what we want to start with is I'm going to do A. We're going to do some AND game. A and B and C. Now this symbol right here, it sort of acts like an implication, but what it really means is that when you have this, you have to produce this. Use this to produce that. So now I'm going to use A and B and C. So from this, I have to derive this. That's essentially what this symbol means. So that's fine. So I have A and B and C. That's what I start with. That's my. I assume this. So first off, what I'm going to do is I need to get to here. This should be enough lines. So I'll do A and B and C. Yeah, because screw lines. Okay. So first off, what I have is I need to get rid of this. So this is an AND elimination. So I've gotten rid of that. So what I'm left with is A and B. All right, now I want A by itself, so I do another AND elimination. So I have A by itself, but I also want B by itself, so I want AND elimination. I have B by itself. And what I want is, I also want this by itself, so I have another AND elimination, but this time I'm preserving right instead of preserving left. So I have, write that right properly, and I have C by itself. Okay, so what I then need to do is I need to rework these, which are now isolated, and produce this. So what I want is B and C. So I have an AND introduction. So I have B and C. I've introduced this premise. Then I have another AND introduction, which I have A and B and C, which is the same as this, so I can get rid of this final line. And I have fully proved this according to a box. Now, to finish this and get all the marks, you need to have line numberings. So if this is line 1, this is line 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I've solved this in 7 or so lines. So now if I assume this, I eliminate from line 1, I eliminate from line 2, I eliminate from line 2, I eliminate from line 1. Now this introduction is taken from line 4 and line 5, so I do introduction 4, 5, and I have introduction here from line 6 and line 3. So I have line 6, line 3, or other way around, 3 and 6. That's either way it works, but typically Soren wants you to have the outside one first and then the inside. Focus, goddammit. So this is your basic box proof for AND introduction. Now you'll notice that this box proof doesn't have any actual boxes, and because you don't have any implications, any implication symbols like that. And so I'm just trying to focus this thing. Does that work? Okay. So because we don't have any versions of that, we don't have to assume anything. For example, if I have a basic box proof where it's like A implies B, and I'll just complex that again, implies C. So what I want, my premise is, so I want to get A by itself, I want to get B by itself, and I want to get C by itself. So I have A implies B implies C. So I draw a box. it would have been better if I didn't have that inside it, but okay, so I have C there. And what do I have here? I have A implies B. Okay, now I want A by itself, so I have a box there, and I put B in the top of it, and I have A right there. And that's a box proof. Box proofs, when they have implications, they have actual boxes because you have to make assumptions. Whereas this, we know we're going to get that. We don't have to make any assumptions. We're simply told to rearrange this in order to receive this. So essentially this is, I forgot the word for it. But anyway, this is how you do it. Let me just real quick, just get the words for it quickly. Yeah, I've got it, but I also lost my pen, so I apologize. So with C here, this is an assumption. We assume C. We also assume B. We assume A. And what we have is we have an implication introduction. And this implication introduction is taken from line, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5. So this introduction is taken from line 3 and 2, so I'll do 2, 3. And this introduction is taken from line 4 and 1. So I do implication, intro, 4 and 1. So this is a completed box proof, but it differs from this because instead of simply rearranging, we have to make assumptions. I'm just gonna do another one. So this one got me the first time. So what we have to do is we have a statement, for example. So A implies not A. Now Soren tells us that you can't really assume this using non-classical logic, because even though this looks perfectly not A, makes complete sense to me, but we have to, you know, be extra because this is logic in discrete structures. So if we have a box proof, work backwards, as you know. So not A. So what we have at the top, I have A, which I'm going to assume. Okay, and what do I have here? I have a contradiction symbol. This symbol essentially means that this contradicts that. Therefore, in order to make this make sense, I'm going to have it work properly. So then within there, I have not A. I believe that's right. Damn it.